Morning.
Morning.
They're checking it out, aren't they?
Mm.
We've got a Maggie too. Checking out our camp, probably looking for water and food, poor buggers. Good morning. Hello. I haven't got anything for you.
We're just having a cup of tea.
I've never had a raven or a crow come so close.
No.
Have you? No. He's trying to get something out of the tyres. That's the sound of them. He's checking the car out big time, probably looking for bugs and things. In this episode, we take a hike through the Bunyeroo Gorge. It displays the 630 million year old geology of the Flinders Ranges. The landscape reveals the sedimentary layers of an ancient seabed that has been uplifted and folded into the Flinders Ranges of today. Wow. So another thing that we purchased for our trip is some fly nets, and the flies are pretty bad here, so we're giving them a go, giving them a crack, and then it won't drive you nuts anymore. You just need to drop it down a bit, I think. Alrighty, let's do it. It's about 8 k's. Be back soon, Wooly. There's an arrow straight ahead.
Have we come 200 metres?
Sure, there'd be a sign.
I think so, wouldn't it?
We're looking for where a meteorite hit. Karen read about it the other day. And,
There's supposed to be debris here
okay.
from the meteorite hitting. So that's the dust that the meteorite threw up. Wow.
3 wows from you today.
We walked all this way for that tiny little 5 centimetre riffy
Well, it
layer.
was something you wanted to do, which is
I know.
wonderful. You always do stuff I want to do, so I would have thought it was all this red rock.
I expected to see like pieces of a meteorite.
Oh, did you? But it's the volcano it's tossed. 280 kilometres from here.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the actual meteorite, it was what it hit, exploded, and came here.
Incredible.
I think that's it. So that green's pretty. So we're walking across or along the creek bed for this walk. These big roo tracks here. That's massive. Good, they got markers.
Checkpoint B10.
Okay, checkpoint.
So if you need help, you can say we passed checkpoint B10.
Okay.
I know where you are.
Oh, that's
We
great.
cross over there now.
Oh, the feathers on the branch.
Could be emu.
Might be emu, because it's that sort of height, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's stuff to see along the way. That's cool.
So the prominent outcrop of reddish calcareous shale is in marked contrast to the grey-green of much of the Wanaka Formation rock, which is comprised of a 700 mil thick bed of material deposited in a variety of sometimes stormy environments between 590 and 570 million years ago. Huh. So that's only young then, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the shale of it. It's amazing. There's an up.
No, that's only if you want to go up there. Trail goes this way.
Yay. All right.
Okay.
He's not used to humans. All I saw was his neck. We're talking snakes. Here's a geosite, the Ediacaran.
On the underside of this rock are pointed flute casts. They were formed as offshore water flows from moulds as pointed grooves or flutes in sediments below the reach of storm waves. The moulds filled with slurries of mud which became solid casts. The moulds have gone, but the pointed end of the casts indicate the direction from which the mud flowed.
Huh. It's a bit hard walking with this, the sea prop. Well, maybe not, I suppose, because I like to see everything very clear. If you're just going for a walk and not wanting to take everything in and video, but it does help with the flies. And now just buzzing around everywhere. Point your stick to it.
There.
Emu tracks. Cool.
Huh.
So there's not one other person we've crossed on this hike. It's well marked. So there are all the little cones that when we went on our tour the other morning, or yesterday morning, that he lit them up like a candle. They're so cute. Look. Wow. Quite still, isn't it? I found a marker. It was my turn to read. The other one didn't have it. They wanted you to come over here, eh? Oh! Can't read it. Walk in the... Nothing to do with walking. There's all round circles. Maybe that's the pillows. Darker layer, underlying other layer. I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Coming. 2.4 k's to go.
Stromatolites. In the cliff face here are traces of simple, ancient life. Indistinct domed shapes are formed by sticky microbial layers that trap thin layers of lime mud. Microbial layers are rarely preserved in rocks of this age, 570 to 580 million years. Okay,
That's probably why.
Stromatolites?
That's probably why they put that post there. I just spotted another 3 emus up ahead. It's red rock. Wow. I might see them in a minute. Might not. I think they've long gone. They did a runner. They can run fast. Wow. So this, I think we go up there. Birds. Isn't it? Yeah. We're on the bottom of the creek there. And then the colours change. And we've got all that red, maroon. Certainly hope the colour gets picked up when we can watch this.
Those rough ones with water that's run over them.
Oh,
Smooths them off, but I think it's those rough ones. Jagged ones.
could be. Rawnsley Quartz. Here is the contact between the end of Bonnie Sandstone on the left and the overlying light quartzite, now weathered to an orange rust colour on the right. This rock is responsible for most of the highest ridges in the Flinders Ranges. Sands of the Rawnsley quartzite were deposited in shallow tidal waters as shown by the ripple marks and cross bedding. What's that up there?
Wow. Okay.
So what's it called?
All right. Sand nodules.
Okay, that's beautiful. Love the tones of that.
Yeah. Ediacaran member. Thin buds of pale yellow-brown silty sandstones in this gully are part of the sediment filling deep. Can't read it. Something channels cut into the Rawnsley quartzite. These sediments retained impressions, casts and moulds of the oldest mobile animals on Earth. Examples of the Ediacaran viola, about 553 million years old.
That is just stunning. Tree growing there right on the side of the cliff.
Yep.
Side of the creek bed.
Oh, that's an orange grasshopper.
Is it?
Can you see him?
Yep.
Ready?
Oh, no, wait. Okay, I didn't know you were going to do that. Yeah? Go.
See, there's a bright orange under his wings.
Ah. Good spotting, Kaz.
First time there's water running through there, no one's going to find that.
$800 metres to go. And you think, oh, I don't know what that was. Oh, it looks like a baby emu. Maybe. You wouldn't think it gets any more gorgeous, but it's pretty spectacular. About 100 metres to go to the end. We tap it and turn around. So apparently this is the end of the national park as well. Yay! At the end. And then over there, if I was really anal, I'd have to go and touch the gate. But this is the end of the trail, so I'm turning around. Windmill all the way out here with a tank. So it's 4:45. It took us 2 hours 20 to get out here with reading all the wonderful stuff about the place. So if it's 2:20 to get back, it's going to be close to dark. So we're going to really hoof it. It's just really, this is easy, but there's quite a lot of boulders and things just to step over. Not hard, you just don't want to trip. I think that it's emu poo. Check it out, look it up. Just come past this tree and saw the sap, which we learnt yesterday on the tour.
There we go.
And then you roll it or something.
You warm it up,
Yep.
and you roll it till it's pliable, and then you press it. End of a stick and it makes a lollipop.
And they really used it to make tools, right?
Well, they use this sap and kangaroo poo to make the handles for their axes and knives and things.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, and then this stuff is what he said the kids eat. He said he hasn't tried it since he was a kid. They must stop eating it. It's sweet. Huh.
But you can eat
And
the
that's-
other stuff too.
That's the native, or maybe it was the other stuff.
Yeah.
That's the native cypress pine. All these. There you go. They're terrified, poor things. Woohoo. We're getting there. And it's still daylight. It did get dark there for a while around the other curve. Woohoo. You didn't complete the track. No. Here we go. Self-guided for Can't speak, I'm dry. High five. Well done. We halved the time coming back. An hour and 10, and it took us 2 hours 20 to get there. Woo! Woohoo, another walk done. That's a good tattoo, actually.
Hi, I'm Karen.
And I'm Monique, and we're so glad you could come on a journey with us. See you next time.
Bye-bye.